Spanish speaking defendant we have?
Yes, that we know of.
Okay, great. On and is this Mr. Luis Elizalde?
Honor, the Spanish interpreter is on. I'm not sure if this is Mr. Ruiz Alexander.
All right, good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name?
Aguirre.
I'm sorry, is it Mr. Aguirre?
Yeah,
And what's your date of birth, sir?
12/28/92.
20. All right. All right, sir. We'll go ahead and proceed with yours. All right, Mr. Aguirre, you are being seen here this evening based on a felony charge of organized retail theft allegedly occurring back in November of last year. Mind you, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be representing you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. Do you understand?
Yes.
It appears this was a holdover. Give me 1 second. I need to review the interim complaint. All right. Here's the prior, this is a holdover case, appears to me. So the prior magistrate found there to be no PC by virtue of the note. I've reviewed the interim complaint itself and I tend to disagree. I'll give both parties an opportunity to argue the matter. But for now, And I have reviewed the interim complaint, the pretrial services report, and the state's recommendation. Mr. Aguirre. Usually have a separate warrant in the city court, which is not in front of me at this moment. He was rated a 6 out of 6 on the NCA and FTA scales. I'm sorry, the bond in that court in that case was $250. And there were 2 prior felony convictions noted from 2014, 2019. State's recommendation is for a $1,500 bond with pretrial services supervision. Is there anything else to add from the state?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
And fence?
Your Honor, I don't have a copy of the interim complaint. It wasn't something that was in the file that was uploaded to SharePoint that I see on my end. Regarding the charge, however, it's a nonviolent shoplifting offense, it appears. So I would ask that you reduce the bond to 500.
I'll, given the fact it's already being held on a separate bond, for time credit purposes, I'll impose $1,000 cash and secured bond. I'll set the preliminary hearing date for August the 10th at 1:30. Order if Mr. Aguirre does post a bond, he'll be under the supervision of pretrial services and shall have no contact with any alleged victim or go back to whatever incident locations are alleged. All right, sir. That's all we have. Can you please cooperate with your attorneys and good luck. Thank you. All right, then, Joe, can we please see Mr. Luis Elizalde? The Spanish speaking defendant.
We'll let the correction staff know, so we can bring them next.
I'm sorry?
We'll let correction staff know so we can bring him next.
Okay, well, is there another defendant that's
We have another house felonies.
okay, then we'll take whoever's first available, but I just want to make sure that we're taking
Okay, we'll
Here,
bring him
the,
next.
Spanish interpreter here. Good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Esther Jefferson, 10/28/1998.
Jefferson. All right, Mr. Jefferson, good evening. You're being seen here on a charge of murder in second degree, allegedly occurring on July the 24th this year. Remind you, sir, you have the right to remain silent and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And I'm appointed in Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be representing you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. I have reviewed the interim complaint, pretrial services report, a state's recommendation. I'll note that Mr. Jefferson is already being held on a separate matter, an $150,000 bond. He was rated a 6 and a 4 on the NCA and FTA scales. Did not have references could be reached to verify housing or employment and had 4 prior convictions.
And Judge, as far as the separate matter, that's aggravated assault charges arising out of this same incident.
I'm aware. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And of the 4 felonies, I do note that at least 3 of them involve the use of a weapon or force. State's recommendation is for $1 million bond. Is there anything else to add from the state?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, Mr. Jefferson has lived in the Tucson area for 8 years. He's employed here. He goes to school here. He's not able to post $1 million bond. I would request that you reduce the bond amount to $500,000.
Given that he's already been held on a $100,000 bond. I will impose one of $500,000 cash secured and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'm gonna set the preliminary hearing date for Mr. Jefferson's case on August the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, Mr. Jefferson, you're gonna be staying in custody for now. Unless you can post a bond, please cooperate with your attorneys and good luck. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna see him tonight, so. All right, is this Mr. Luis Elizalde?
Sí,
We have the Spanish interpreter on.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. All right, sir. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Buenas noches, señor. ¿Me puede dar, por favor, su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento?
Juventino Ruiz Elizalde, 30 de septiembre de 1990.
Juventino Ruiz Elizalde, September 30th, 1990.
All right, sir. You are being seen here this evening on charges of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug for sale. Several charges of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug for sale, money laundering, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Sí, los cargos tienen que ver con la necesidad también y los artículos traducidos de droga.
I'm sorry, Jail, can you, the interpreter is coming through a little bit broken. Are you getting her clearly?
No,
Okay.
You can repeat the entire thing, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Is this good? Buenas noches, señor. Lo estamos viendo aquí por varios cargos de posesión ilícita de drogas destinadas a venta. También un cargo de blanqueo de dinero y otro cargo por posesión de artículos para el uso de drogas.
Remind you, sir, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you.
Le quiero recordar, señor, que tiene el derecho a guardar silencio. Todo lo que usted diga se puede decir en su contra.
You also have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you.
También tiene derecho a tener un abogado. Voy a nombrar a la oficina del defensor público para que lo represente a usted.
The attorney seated to your left is going to be representing you in this hearing. So please address any questions or concerns
El
of her.
La abogada que está sentada a la izquierda de usted es la abogada que lo va a representar para esta audiencia. Así que si tiene cualquier pregunta, hable con ella primero.
I reviewed the interim complaint, the pretrial services report, and the state recommendation.
Ya revisé la queja interina, el informe de la agencia previos al juicio y la recomendación del Estado.
Ruiz Elizalde is not on any other holds. Was rated a 1 and a 1 on the NCN FDA scales.
El señor Ruiz Elizalde no tiene ningún otro tipo de detención y tiene una calificación de 1/1 en las escalas de NSA y FTA.
Who confirmed housing and employment.
Y pudieron hablar con una tercera parte para el que verificara el empleo y vivienda.
You also had no felony.
Y an interpreter clarified.
I'm sorry.
Real quick, interpreter needs to clarify. You did say that they did find a third party, right, or not?
There was a reference that was reached who confirmed his housing and
Yes,
employment
okay.
status.
Thank you. I just want to make sure I said the correct. Thank you.
And there was no there's no felony criminal history noted by pretrial services.
La agencia, previos al juicio, indicó que usted no tiene ningún antecedente con respecto a delitos graves.
The state's recommendation was $50,000 bond with pretrial services supervision.
La recomendación del Estado, la Fiscalía, es una fianza de $50,000 y una recomendación de supervisión de la agencia bajo el juicio.
Is there anything else to add from the state?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Just acknowledging his lack of criminal history. This is a dangerous amount of narcotics we're looking at here beyond the M30s noted in the state's recommendation. It was kind of hard to see on my copy of the interim complaint, but I think there was approximately 1/3 of a pound of heroin. Also, I don't think I need to belabor how dangerous that quantity of that particular drug is, especially in combination with the M30. So putting all that together, Your Honor, the state believes a relatively high bond is justified in the interest of protecting the community.
Thank you.
El juez le pregunta al fiscal si tiene algo más que agregar. El fiscal dice, sí, su señoría, quería que tomara en cuenta de que aunque él no tiene ningún tipo de antecedentes por delitos penales y tampoco no puede leer muy bien la información, pero parece ser que tenía 1/3 de una libra de heroína y el abogado fiscal indicó, no tengo que explicarle qué tan peligrosos es la heroína, además las pastillas M30 y se combinan, esto es una situación muy peligrosa y para mantener vigilada a nuestra comunidad, la Fiscalía sugiere una fianza alta.
Comment from defense.
Your Honor, he has lived in Tucson for 3 years and has ties to the community.
Le pregunto a la defensa si tiene algún comentario. Su señoría, él ha vivido aquí en Tucson por 3 años, tiene lazos con la comunidad.
And I would also focus on the lack of criminal history. And for that reason, I request that you set the bond at $25,000.
Y también yo quiero enfocarme en el hecho de que no tiene antecedentes penales y quisiera solicitar entonces una fianza de $25,000.
Thank you. Given the circumstances and the lack of ties that I could find in his pretrial services report, I do believe a bond is appropriate.
Dadas las circunstancias y veo que aquí no puedo encontrar unos lazos en el informe de la agencia previos al juicio, considero que es apropiado que se fije una fianza.
Going to order a $35,000 cash secured bond with pretrial services supervision.
Voy a ordenar que se fije una fianza de $35,000 en efectivo o garantizado y con supervisión de la agencia previos al juicio.
We'll order that Mr. Ruiz Elizalde is not to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs if he is released.
Voy a ordenar que el señor Ruiz Elizalde no posea ni consuma ningún tipo de bebida alcohólica o drogas ilícitas si es que lo dejan salir en libertad.
I'm going to set the preliminary hearing date for August the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Voy a fijar una audiencia preliminar para el 10 de agosto a la 1:30 de la tarde.
Right. Mr. Ruiz Elizalde, please cooperate with your attorneys and good luck.
Señor Ruiz Elizalde, por favor, coopere con su abogado y le desea buena suerte.
That's all I have for you, sir.
Yes.
Eso es todo lo que tenemos para usted, señor. Terminamos.
Que prosigue, sí.
And just confirm, Joe, we don't have any other Spanish speaking defendants?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Then I'll excuse the interpreter for the evening. Thank you very much for your help.
Thank you, Your Honor. Interpreter is disconnecting.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth? I'm sorry, Joe, if you could unmute the microphone.
Go ahead, say your name.
Alejandro Cota, November 2nd, 2003.
I'm Mr. Cota. Good evening. Being seen here on a couple of different matters we're going to go through. First is a misdemeanor complaint of possession of drug paraphernalia from earlier today that's been placed in the Pima County Justice Court. The second are a series of warrants you have in Tucson City Court related to charges of theft, failing to appear, domestic violence, criminal damage, and domestic violence disorderly conduct. Also have a petition to revoke probation. Just a reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint in the city court matter, the city public defender's office to represent you. On both matters, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty or denials on your behalf to the charges. And let's see, on the city court, I'm going to set a hearing for you on August the 7th at 1:45. And let's see. So you have 3 separate bonds of $1,000. I'll take just one of those and just make the bond of $1,000 for all cases. Again, I'm gonna appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. If you do post the bond, so I'm going to order that you will not have any contact with any alleged victim. I'll go back to wherever this incident allegedly occurred. And on your separate misdemeanor in this justice court, I'm gonna set. I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf to the charge. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. It's gonna be Mr. Robin Ald. His phone number is gonna be in the paperwork you'll receive from this hearing, so you can contact him. I'm gonna set this hearing for tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. We'll let the court know that you're being held on the city court matter, and so you can potentially receive time credit. I'm gonna impose a bond of $100. That'll be cash or secured. So again, so you're gonna have attorneys representing you in both cases. You'll be seen tomorrow morning, excuse me, on the justice court matter. That'll be via video. With the judge down there in Green Valley. You'll be seen next week by the judge over in the city court, again, by video, unless you post a bond, in which case you'll be released, but it's gonna be up to you to get yourself to court. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'm also gonna advise you that, in addition to the right to remain silent that I advised you of, and the right to counsel, you have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial, where again, you are presumed innocent. At that trial, you would have the right to challenge the state's evidence. You'd have the right to present your own evidence, the right to testify on your own behalf, or to remain silent and to not have that silence counted against you. If convicted, you would have the right to appeal that conviction to the next higher court. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, a new warrant could issue for your arrest, new charges could be filed against you, or the hearing could proceed in your absence. Additionally, if you're convicted but can't be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you could lose the right to appeal your conviction. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, if there's anything confusing parts of it, you're going to have two different attorneys representing you on both cases, so both of them will be able to help you out in understanding all of your rights and responsibilities, okay? All right. That's for now, sir. That's all I've got for you. You're excused. Jill, if we could move the separator so I could address all of the misdemeanor defendants that are present. Good evening. Can you all hear me? Please raise your hand.
What?
Please raise your hand if you can hear me.
No.
This gentleman's hard of hearing. Could we maybe set him closer to the monitor?
Well, I'll address him separately, but the rest of you, I'm just gonna give you all the rights advisement so that we can hopefully move along and get you all about your day. This evening, you're all going to be seeing me separately for the various charges that you have been brought into custody on. Each one of you may have a different date set or a different outcome, but for all of you, you need to understand that you have the right to remain silent and that anything you say at this hearing can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney, and I will be appointing attorneys to represent some of you, but all of you have the right to obtain an attorney at your own expense or request the court appoint you one, and one could be appointed to you based on your circumstances. You have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, including a trial. At that trial, again, the state would bear the burden of proof, and you would have the right to challenge the state's evidence and witnesses, present witnesses and evidence on your own behalf, or testify on your own behalf. Or you could remain silent, and nothing you don't say, nothing about your silence could be used against you. If you are convicted, you would have the right to appeal your conviction to the next higher court. However, if you fail to attend any hearing, including that trial, it could proceed in your absence. New charges could be filed against you for failing to appear, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you are convicted at a trial, but you cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, then you could lose that right to appeal. Do you understand all of that? Please raise your hand. Okay. Then we'll see you each in turn. Let's go with the next defendant, please. Good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name?
Jeffrey Winters Filicetti. And 11693.
Thank you, Mr. Filicetti. You are being seen here this evening based on charges of misdemeanor domestic violence, criminal damage, and disorderly conduct allegedly occurring earlier today. Again, please remember, sir, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say here can be used against you. Okay?
Okay.
I took a look at your pretrial services report previously, but I was advised by the clerk that there may be an alleged victim on the line.
My mom, Diane.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Miss Filicetti?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Filicetti, good evening. My name is Judge Padilla. I'm presiding over this session of initial appearances. Just to give you a sense of what this hearing is about, the purpose of this hearing is to set conditions of release to determine whether or not a defendant will be released from custody, and if so, under what conditions. This is not a hearing where we're going to be talking about the facts of what did or didn't happen, or about pleas or trials or anything of that nature. So this is simply about how to keep you and any alleged victim safe, how to keep the community safe, and how to ensure that any defendant is going to be assured of going to the next court date I'm going to set. So I did review the pretrial services report, and I did see you gave some input. But if there's anything additional you'd like me to know before I make my decision about conditions of release, please feel free to share that with me now.
Okay. I spent the afternoon at the CRC filling out the paperwork for an emergency hold through them. He was there a month ago for also making suicidal ideation and threats. At that
Yeah.
time, they,
My dad just died a month ago and I've been having a really hard time. He was my best friend and really my only friend here in Tucson. So it's been pretty hard on me, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, sir, and I'm sorry for your loss. If you just bear with us for a few minutes, I'm going to give your mother an opportunity to speak, and then I'll again come back and address you, okay?
Okay.
All right, Ms. Filicetti, please feel free to continue.
okay. So I filled out the paperwork for, I think it's called a Section 36 emergency hold, and they did approve it. Just so that you're aware, that's what we would like to see happen, is that he go there, and from there that he go into inpatient treatment. Their recommendation when he was there a month ago was outpatient IOP, intensive outpatient program, which he has been attending regularly, but it just has not met his needs. And so he really desperately needs inpatient treatment at this time.
And Joe, just to confirm, I did see a note of a Title 36 hold. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Ms. Filicetti, is there anything else you'd like me to know?
Yeah, just that I in no way consider myself a victim. I never felt in danger. The only one in danger was Jeff from himself.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Mhm.
And just to be clear, the information you gave to pretrial services is that you do not wish your son to return to the residence at this time. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Understood. All right. All right, Mr. Filicetti. Based on the information I have in front of me and the information from the jail staff, you're going to more likely than not be transported to the CRC so that you can receive some additional treatment. So I am not going to hold you in custody so that that transfer can occur. I'm going to release you on promise that you can do the following things for me. The first is that you will attend a hearing at the Pima County Justice Court in downtown Tucson on August 25th at 9 a.m. Can you do that, sir? I'm sorry, Joe, can you please unmute him? Sir, can
Yeah.
you? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
The second is that you will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Can you
Yes,
do
Your
that?
Honor.
The third is that you will not commit any acts of domestic violence. Can you do that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the third is that you will not possess any firearms or weapons, and any firearms you have in your possession, you will surrender to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released.
Yes, sir.
Lastly, you will not go back to your mother's residence until told otherwise by a court. Now, do you live, or do you live with your mother currently?
Yeah, if you could unmute her, she could give you the details of it. I don't have a place to go. I have a traumatic brain injury that happened in Montana. And they moved me down here, my mom and my dad, to assist me.
Okay.
And then my dad got really sick and ended up passing away recently.
All right. Miss Filtetti, is there some other place where your son, or any other connections or facility, I'm sorry, any places he can stay for the time being besides your home?
No, 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 but nobody feels like we can keep him safe.
Okay, all right. Well, for now, Mr. Filtetti, and thank you, ma'am. You're likely not going to be residing in the CRC facilities or some other treatment facility for now. But just again to in part honor your mother's wishes, but also to keep everyone safe. I'm not going to allow you to go back to the home until told otherwise by another judge. If you do need assistance with obtaining housing, CRC and the healthcare professionals who work there can provide you with resources. There are also resources available outside the jail, and the jail staff can, makes that information available to you. But I ask the question just so that I can also enter an order that if you are released and do find yourself needing to gather any personal belongings from your mother's home, I will allow you to return with a police escort. What that means is if you have any personal belongings, any clothing, some personal effects you need to gather, you can get them, but you're going to have to call the sheriff's department or a police department and have a deputy or police officer with you while you gather your belongings so that everybody can be kept safe. And then you have to leave with them. You're not allowed to go to the house otherwise. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to order that you not have any contact with your mother based on her expressed wishes. However, I need to advise you that you are at all times to keep your contact with her respectful and peaceful. And if at any point she decides not to have further contact with you, you need to honor that and leave her alone. Do you understand?
I've always honored that.
All right, sir. Then that is all I have for you. The jail staff will direct you on your next steps with the Title 36 petition. Ms. Filicetti, hopefully the law enforcement gave you contact information for victim services or for the the Pima County Attorney's Office. If they haven't, they're readily available online. You can simply Google the Pima County Attorney's Office Victim Services. But with that, sir, that's all I have for you. And ma'am, that's all I have for you as well. You are both excused for the evening.
Thank
Hey.
you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Peter Anthony Flores and 5/12/1975.
Flores, were you present a moment ago when I was reading everybody their rights?
Yes,
And did you understand what I was saying?
yes, sir.
Then, sir, we're going to jump right into it. You are here on two different matters. First is a warrant that was issued by Judge Mary Lou Natividad in the South Tucson Municipal Court.
Okay.
It's the charge of shoplifting.
I didn't even know I had those warrants because I thought I took care of them one last time I get in jail for it. I didn't know I still had warrants.
That's okay.
But-
So I'll give you a little bit more information. Again, the
Okay.
charge of shoplifting, the date of the offense was March 29th, 2024. Again, this is in South Tucson. Again, this warrant was signed on September the 16th of last year.
Okay,
You also have a separate case in the Pima County Justice Court that you were arrested on earlier today, and this involves theft and
Yeah.
possession of drug paraphernalia.
I apologize.
And lastly, you have a warrant in the Tucson City Court for possession of drug paraphernalia. The answer, you have the right to remain silent, so please keep in mind anything you say could be used against you.
Okay,
On the South Tucson City Court case, I'm going to schedule a hearing for you on August the 11th at 10 a.m.
okay,
at the South Tucson City Court on 6th Street.
okay.
I'm sorry, 6th Avenue, I believe. If I release you in
Okay.
custody, can you appear at that hearing?
Yes, I can. I'm not home. I have an apartment now, and I just barely got back on methadone, and I'm getting my life back on track here, and this just was a fluke. I don't know what made me just see that bike and want to take it. That's what happened.
Okay,
And,
again, sir, everything
okay.
you're saying right now is not only
Okay.
not private or confidential, it's being streamed online.
Okay,
I don't want you to say anything that might get you in trouble. So, bottom line, can you make it to the hearing I'm setting for you on August 11th?
yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna release you on your promise. I'm gonna order that you will not go back to wherever this incident allegedly occurred or have any
Okay.
contact with any of the store employees or owners.
Okay,
On the Justice Court case, I'm going to set a separate hearing for you. Give me 1 second, actually. That hearing is going to be on August the 25th at 9 a.m. at the Justice Court in downtown Tucson. Do you know where that is?
yeah.
Can you
Yes,
go
I
to
know.
that hearing, sir? I can release you.
Okay,
So this is on the new charges that you entered that stemmed from earlier today, right?
okay, yes,
If I release you from custody, can you promise me you will show up at that hearing on the 25th?
I promise I will be there. I guarantee you, I don't want to go do this again.
Okay.
I said, do.
I'll release you on your promise. Again, that hearing is going to be on August 25th.
Thank you, sir.
Same conditions will apply there. And lastly, on the case in South Tucson, I'm going to set a pretrial hearing for you on August 26th. So the day after your hearing at the
Okay.
Justice Court, you're gonna have a hearing at the City Court just down the street. Do you understand?
Okay, yes, I understand.
Hearing is gonna be in front of Judge Verena at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay,
I'm gonna order that you will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Do you understand that, sir?
I promise.
On this charge and on the charges in the Justice Court, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. Again, sir, please remember all of the rights and responsibilities I advised you of earlier.
Yes,
Do not miss any hearings, otherwise you could end up right back in jail, okay?
I appreciate this, sir.
All right, sir,
So-
that's all I have for you. Thank you. Your excuse.
So I'll begin out today on. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I have a meeting on the 20th.
All right. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Anthony, I was born January 16th, 1987.
Miss Hampton. Were you present a few minutes ago when I advised everyone of their rights?
Yes, sir. Or yes, Your Honor, sorry.
No problem. Did you understand what I was saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you are here this evening on a charge or charges, excuse me, of misdemeanor domestic violence assault and criminal damage allegedly occurring earlier today. Again, please remember you have a right to remain silent. I have taken a look at the police report and the pretrial service report, but I do believe there is an alleged victim on the line. This, do we have Miss Carmen Hamilton? Is that?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Ms. Hampton, I don't know if you were present a few minutes ago when the other victim was speaking, but again, my name is Judge Padilla, appearances. Again, the purpose of this hearing is to just determine whether or not a defendant will be released from custody, and if so, under what conditions. Again, we do not discuss any of the facts of what happened or didn't happen, giving rise to these charges, or discuss plea agreements or dismissal, anything like that. Just whether or not a person will be released from jail and what conditions may or may not apply to them. So I did see that you gave input to, I'm sorry, you did not have any input given to pretrial services report that I can. Yeah, apparently they didn't have contact information for you. So as far as release conditions that can apply in this instance, the two that are generally discussed by pretrial services is one, whether or not you wish to have further contact with the defendant, and two, whether or not you share a home with him, or rather, would you want or not want any contact with him at your home or place of work. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
So with that, if there's anything you want me to know, please feel free to speak up.
Yeah, I just, I'm trying to pack everything up, and get out of here. I would really like for him to not come back, so I have enough time to get my things and to get into a new place to live. He's been actively making threats to multiple people. So I just want to make sure that we have no contact.
Okay. And do you have any objection or thought about whether or not he should, or I'm sorry, do you object to him being released from custody or not?
No, I do not object.
Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like me to know?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I can be here without him coming back until I can leave.
Okay, understood. All right, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Hamilton, again, I did review the pretrial services report, and I don't see you being held on any other matter or that you're pending on any other criminal cases or have any prior domestic violence cases. So I am prepared to release you from custody on promise that you will abide by the following conditions. The first is that you will attend a hearing at the Marana City Court on August the 26th at 10 a.m. Can you do that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Second, more importantly, is that you will not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim.
Okay, I just have one question or comment on that, sir. I'm sorry if I'm not supposed to.
Well, sir, again, I'm not going to get into what did or didn't happen or what any accusations are.
No, neither am I.
The only conditions that I'm going to apply between the two of you are the following. The first is that you will not have any contact with her, either directly or indirectly. That means either yourself through in person, over the phone, text message, email, or having somebody else do those things for you. And second is that you will not go to wherever she is living or working, whether that is a shared home that you currently have or wherever she decides to relocate to. You're not to go to wherever she works or lives. Those are the conditions that I will be applying to you tonight.
I understand, sir. Can I just ask one question, please?
You may.
I'm her boss at work. She's my subordinate and business partner at work. And so I don't mind not going to the house. All I really would want from the house is some clothes and stuff. But can we make the compromise that she can stay at the house and I can stay at work? Because I'm an 85% owner in this business and she's a 15% owner. So for me to step away from the business, like and I'm fine doing it if that's what you want. I'm just trying to express that I'm the CEO of a company and she's my subordinate. And so if I'm not at the home or at the shop, I mean, she essentially has free reign to empty my bank accounts or do whatever if I'm not there at work, she can do whatever she wants.
Understood, sir.
And so, I mean, truthfully, if she's to the point where she's saying she's getting another place of residence and stuff, my thought on it would be that she just needs to find a new job as well. And that would be the solution but I know this isn't the place or time, but like I said, all I want from the house is some of my clothes and belongings. And with work, I'm an 85% owner. I don't know how I'm supposed to run my business if I can't be there.
Okay. All right, sir. Well, regarding your
And Your
shared,
Honor,
yes, ma'am.
I just want to say that I am a 15% owner, and there's also other investors who have a 15% ownership. I have already stepped away from work. Am not, I'm not working there at that facility anymore. I will not step foot in there any longer. So I don't think that that's an issue at all. It's just a matter of civil business matters now and getting my percentage.
Okay. And fortunately, unfortunately, I am not a civil bench judge. So the matter of the dissolution or emendation of any business relationship you do have is not something that's within my jurisdiction. So my order will stand that you are not to go to wherever she is currently working or living. If that happens to be the shared residence, I will allow you to return one time to gather your personal belongings with a police escort. So if Ms. Hamilton does tend to stay at the shared residence, you can go back and gather your belongings and clothing. You're going to do that by first contacting the Marana Police Department or Sheriff Department or other law enforcement agency, arranging for somebody from one of those agencies to go with you to the residence. They're going to stand by where you gather your belongings, and then you're going to leave with them. You're not allowed to go there otherwise until told so by a judge. You understand? I'm sorry, Joe, can you please unmute Mr. Hamilton? Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right. Then with that, and I'm sorry, my last order is that you will not commit any acts of domestic violence, Mr. Hamilton. Again, your hearing is going to be on August the 26th at 10 a.m. Please abide by these conditions, attend your hearings, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Ms. Hamilton, that is all I have for this matter. You're welcome to observe the rest of the session. I would just ask you to stay on mute, or you can disconnect at your pleasure, but I appreciate you showing up this evening.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Frankie Ralph Arvisu II, March 31st, 1980.
All right, Mr. Ardvisu. Were you present a few minutes ago when I was reading everybody their
Yes,
rights?
sir.
Did you understand what I was saying?
Yep.
All right. Then, sir, you are here on a single charge of misdemeanor domestic violence disorderly conduct, allegedly occurring earlier today. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf of this charge. And so let me take a look. I did review your file earlier today. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, yes. And the alleged victim. Yes. The alleged victim's Guitard. You live with her, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, she does not object to having further contact with you, sir, or to your being released, but does not wish you to go back to your shared residence. So I am prepared to release you from custody this evening. If you can promise first that you will attend a hearing in front of Judge Wendy Million at the Tucson City Court on September 1st at 1:30. Can you do that, sir?
Yes.
Second, that you will not possess any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence, or go back to or go to wherever Ms. Guitard is living or working. Can you do that, sir?
Yeah.
Now, I will allow you to go back to the residence with a police escort if you need to gather any clothing or personal belongings. But again, you need to have a police escort. You can't go there just on your own. You need to call TPD or the sheriff's department, have somebody escort you there, stay with you while you're there, and then leave with them. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And with that, sir, you'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and abide by these conditions and attend your hearings. That's all I have for you. Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Amy Idle,
And what's your date of birth, Ms. Idle?
1996.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Idle, you are here on, looks to be 14 separate warrants for your arrest in the Tucson City Court. Were you present a few minutes ago when I was reading everybody their rights?
What?
Ms. Idle, were you present in the room when I read everybody their rights?
No, I think they had taken me out.
Then, to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and in your case, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. Phone number is going to be in the paperwork you'll receive from this hearing. You have the right to be presumed innocent and to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, including a trial where you would have the right to challenge the state's evidence or witnesses, present witnesses or evidence on your own behalf, or have an attorney do that for you. You'd also have the right to testify on your own behalf or remain silent, and that silence could not be held against you. If you were convicted at a trial, you would have the right to appeal the conviction to the next higher court. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, it could go on in your absence. New charges could be filed against you, or another warrant could issue for your arrest and land you right back in jail. If you're if you're found guilty, but cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, then you could lose a right to appeal that conviction and you're stuck with whatever punishment is imposed. Do you understand all of that, ma'am?
Yes.
On your new charges, which are criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. Again, I'm appointing the city public defender's office to represent you on all of these warrants and this new case. And I'm going to set a video review hearing for you on August the 7th at 1:45 in the morning.
Am I gonna be released?
I'm sorry?
Are you gonna be able to be released?
And unfortunately, given the number of warrants you have and the history I'm seeing, I don't feel that it's appropriate to release you right now, as I'm not sure you would show up to
I would show up to court and I could promise
some
that I
sort
would.
of a bond overriding it. So I am going to impose a bond, I believe.
Or can I go to the TRC?
Well, ma'am, that's not up to me. All I'm going to do this evening is order a bond of $3,000 that'll be cash or secured. Appoint that attorney to represent you in order that you will not, if bond is posted.
If
go
they
back
promise
your
to come to,
license.
if they promise to come to court, I will.
Ma'am, unfortunately, I have a lot of files here that show evidence that unfortunately you get into court is going to be a difficulty. So I'm going to hold you on that bond. If you post it, then you can certainly be released and it's going to be on you to get to court. But otherwise, you're going to remain in custody while this bond is enforced, and you will see Judge Maldonado. I'm sorry, Judge Hale, excuse me, on the 7th by video. So you'll appear in front of Judge Hale in the same way you're appearing in front of me this evening, and you will have an attorney representing you in that point. Okay?
Okay.
All right, ma'am. That's all I have for you. Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Scott Nodwell, 1/18/80.
Mr. Nodwell, good evening. You're being seen here on several warrants that were issued for your arrest in the Tucson City Court. This will be 5 in total, including charges of domestic violence assaults, disorderly conduct, failing to appear, possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, and general solicitation. You also have I'm sorry. Let me just double check here. Yep. All right, sir. Remind you have the right to remain silent and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint Mr. Elias Damianakos to represent you. His information, his phone number rather, is going to be in the order from this evening's hearing, so you will have the ability to contact him. Sir, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Maldonado on August the 7th at 1:45. You are currently pending on, looks to be $1,250. I'm going to take the lesser of the half of that and set a bond of $500 cash or secured for you. If you post the bond, I'm going to order that you will not have any contact with any alleged victim in your cases. Go to wherever they are working or living, or go back to any incident involved. And I'm also going to order that you will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and you will not commit any acts of domestic violence. So, for now, you're going to remain in custody. If you do post a bond of $500, then you will be released, and it's going to be on you to get yourself to the court. Otherwise, another warrant could issue for your arrest, and the bond, that $500, could be forfeited. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's all I have for you this evening, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Good night.
Oh, damn.
Your Honor, please waive reading of the charges for this defendant.
Good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Roman Patrick Gonzalez, 2305.
Mr. Gonzalez, good evening. You are being seen here on some felony charges that your attorney can go over with you. To remind you, sir, though, you have a right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be representing you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her. Do you understand? I need you to answer out loud, sir.
Yes.
All right, I reviewed the interim complaint, the pretrial services report, the state's recommendation. I don't note any other statuses or holds for Mr. Gonzalez. He was a 2 and a 1 on the NCAA and FTA scales. He didn't have any, I'm sorry, he did have a reference reached for that was willing to confirm his housing and employment. And it didn't have any felony or misdemeanor convictions noted. The state's recommendation was for $5,000 bond with pretrial services supervision. And I do see the additional conditions as noted. Is there anything else to add from the state?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, Mr. Gonzalez is 20 years old and he's lived in Tucson for his entire life and has ties to the community. As noted, he has no felony convictions and is a 1 on the FTA scale and a 2 on the NCA scale. His mom was reached and noted that she could provide transportation to court. He also works full-time and she can provide transportation to work. Additionally, he can reside with a friend where there are no minors present on the property. So for all these reasons, I'd ask that the court consider releasing him. If the court intends to impose a bond, I request that it be $2,000.
Thank you. I'm gonna impose a bond of $5,000 cash secured. I'll relay my additional conditions of release in my written order. I'm gonna set the preliminary hearing for August the 10th at 1 p.m. at the Green Valley Justice Court. So, sir, you are going to be held in custody for now. Please cooperate with your attorneys and good luck. Thank you.
Your Honor, please waive reading of the charges for this defendant.
Refrain from referring to the underlying facts or circumstances. Good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
It's Mark Jackson and 5/16 of 72.
All right, Mr. Jackson, good evening. You're being seen here this evening on some felony charges. To remind you, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be representing you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, I reviewed the interim complaint, pretrial services report, and the state's recommendation. Don't note Mr. Jackson being held on any other matter. I do note that he appears to be on felony probation from out of state for another jurisdiction, though no hold has yet been filed. He was a 4 and a 2 on the NCA and FTA scales and did have a third-party reference, verify housing and employment, and ties to the community. I see evidence of 2 prior felony convictions, both from out of state, the latter of which I believe is the basis for the felony probation notation. State's recommendation was $150,000 plus pretrial services supervision. I have noted the additional requested conditions. Is there anything else to add from the state?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, he has lived in Tucson for 5 years and has ties to the community. He reports that he's in good standing with his probation from the out-of-state matter. He's a 2 on the FTA scale and doesn't have a significant failure to appear history. He is currently employed. He's not able to post a $150,000 bond. If the court finds it appropriate, he can maintain other housing away from minors. I would request that you set the bond in this matter at $25,000.
The nature of the offense, I am going to order a $75,000 cash secured bond. Additional conditions will apply in my, as noted in my written order. If bond is posted, I will order that Mr. Jackson be under the supervision of pretrial services and shall participate in all monitoring or treatment as they direct. Preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. Please cooperate with your attorneys. Thank you very much. You're excused.
We're good to go. For this next defendant, the defendant McGraw, he's
Mhm.
reporting that he believes he has an attorney online to represent him. Can you confirm whether that's true?
Yes, Your Honor, Christy Blair of Suzuki Law Offices, and I'm present remotely on behalf of Mr. McGarrett.
Yeah,
I
and
will excuse myself for this hearing.
thank you. I did see an NOA was noted here. All right, sir.
And Your Honor, I would ask to waive reading of the charges as well.
Good. So noted. Council will refrain from discussing, disclosing the nature of the charges. Sir, can you please state your name and date of birth for the record?
My name is Darren R. McGarrett, 11/17/1973.
All right, thank you, Mr. McGarrett. You're being seen here this evening on a warrant that was issued by Judge Renee Garza, or looks to be earlier today.
Huh?
Your Honor, if I may, we were self-surrender.
Yeah.
Earlier today.
I would assume. The nature of the charges are something that you can go over with your attorney, Ms. Blair. For now, sir, I need to remind you that you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I've reviewed the warrant, which lists a requested amount of $500,000 secured. Also reviewed the felony criminal complaint filed earlier today. Make sure that let's see. Yeah. And I have now reviewed the county attorney's recommendation and the pretrial services report I reviewed previously. I'll note that Mr. McGarrett is not on dependent on any of their holds. He was rated a 1 and a 1 on the NCA and FTA scales. There's not a reference could be reached for comment on housing or employment, but there was no felony criminal history as noted. County attorney's recommendation was for a $500,000 bond. The amount of the warrant to be honored, and additional conditions were also listed. And I've taken note of those. Anything else to add from the state?
Just, Your Honor, assuming what Ms. Blair said is true, then the state's comment there on the recommendation about his refusal to turn himself in is qualified by
Understood.
his doing so today. Nevertheless, the state feels that the amount previously approved, that bond amount, is appropriate.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. So the defendant has lived in Tucson for several years. He has significant ties to the community. His family is here. He does have a stable residence. He does have full-time employment, and I would highlight the fact of his lack of felony history and that he is taking accountability and trying to address this properly. And we would just ask for the court to reduce the bond. He's not a flight risk, and we would ask for a bond in the amount of $25,000.
For 1 second. There appeared to be some discrepancy. There was a notation of 10 counts. I only see 1. Yeah, I'm just confirming that one. Given the nature of the charge, I do, I believe a bond is appropriate. I believe $500,000 is, necessary, so I will impose a bond of $50,000. That'll be cash or secured, and I'll order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. And I'll monitor their treatment as they direct. Additional conditions will follow in my written order. I will set the preliminary hearing date for August the 10th at 1:30. Mr. McGraw, you will be remaining in custody unless you can post the bond. If you do post the bond, you will contact pretrial services within the first working day after release. You will stay in contact with them as well as your attorneys, and you will not fail to attend any of hearings. Do you understand, sir?
We could post the bond.
That's sir. Well, that's all I have for you this evening, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you, Your
Thank you.
Curious. Yeah. Good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Bruce Kellogg, 9180.
All right, Mr. Kellogg. Good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You are being seen here this evening on two different matters. The first is a felony complaint alleging possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia from earlier today. The second is a warrant that was issued in the Pima County Justice Court for charges, a single charge of shoplifting from September of 2022. Remind you, sir, you have the right to remain silent and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed in the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be representing you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with her before saying anything out loud. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, I reviewed the interim complaint pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. Mr. Kellogg's not pending on any other matters. There's a 5 and a 4 and is steps diversion eligible. He did have one prior felony conviction from 2019 that was concluded in 2022. State's recommendation is for pretrial services release and the steps court evaluation. Is there anything else to add from the state?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Vince, I'm inclined to agree with the state. Do you have any additional comment?
Yes, Your Honor, I would ask you follow the recommendation. He would appreciate an opportunity to be screened for the STEPS program.
Right. Is your client willing to waive time on the preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Then, Mr. Kellogg, on your felony case, I'm going to give you a chance to resolve this matter out of custody. So I'm going to release you and place you under the supervision of pretrial services. This is an arm of the court designed to ensure that people comply with all conditions that are set by the court and attend all hearings. So Tomorrow morning, you're going to, once you're released, give them a call and your attorneys a call, and you're going to comply with whatever monitoring and treatment that they direct for you. So if they tell you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply with that. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir, I do.
As condition, I'm going to order that you will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to set the first court hearing for you on August the 5th, so next week, at 9 a.m. at the Superior Court in downtown Tucson. This hearing is so you can be screened for the STEPS Court program, which if you're successful in completing the program, which will involve several sessions of drug treatment, you will have or could have your criminal case dismissed. So you won't have to go on to consider a trial or a plea agreement. So bottom line, you have to show up for that hearing on time and participate fully. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
And I'm going to set a second hearing for you on September the 14th at 1:30. This is just a placeholder. Hopefully it will be vacated. So again, sir, please show up for that STEPS Court program, ready to participate. And on your misdemeanor warrant, I'm going to set a hearing for you on August 25th at 9 a.m. Can you attend that hearing if I release you, sir?
Yes, sir, I can.
And I'll release you on your promise. I'm going to order you will not have any contact with any alleged victim or go back to wherever this incident allegedly occurred. And with that, that's all I have for you, sir. Again, you're going to be released later this evening. Please make sure and abide by these conditions and good luck.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Roberto Mejia. It's 10/20/80.
Yes, good evening. You're being seen here on a warrant that was issued out of the Maricopa County Superior Court on charges of making false statements, fraud schemes and practices, and theft. All from, looks to be April to September of 2020. Just reminding you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent and anything you say can be held against you. Taking a look at the warrant here. It appears that the judge, Commissioner, Mr. Judge Ashley Hammond, looks to be ordered a bond of $50. Okay. Defense, any comment?
As you mentioned, is a $50 bond on the warrant. I don't know the specific facts and circumstances of the case. However, I don't think a $50 bond would have been put on the warrant if this was something extremely serious. He reports that he was not aware of this case whatsoever. Looks like the warrant issued in August of 2025, so it's almost a year old, but him being unaware of the fact that there was a case or a warrant, he hasn't had an opportunity in the last year to resolve this on his own. If he's released today, he can absolutely contact Maricopa County to set up a court date in this matter, and I would ask that the court release him.
And I did see in the Pershop Services report that the warrant did issue and there was, doesn't appear to have been a prior contact with Mr. Mejias, and I don't find a $50 bond to be, well, to be a negligible recommendation, and I don't fortunately have additional information. That's what was able to show up from the booking system. So Mejias, you an opportunity to resolve this, sir, on your own. The warrant will be quashed and I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. So bottom line, sir, you're going to be released from custody today, but that doesn't resolve anything. You're going to have to get yourself up to Maricopa County or contact the court to arrange to be seen on this matter. Otherwise, another warrant could issue for your arrest and you can end up right back in another jail somewhere. Okay?
Okay.
All right, sir. That's all I have. Thank you very much. Good luck. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Angel and Welch, 62472.
Thank you, Ms. Welch. Excuse me, you are being seen here this evening on charges of criminal trespass in the first degree and misdemeanor misdemeanor disorderly conduct, excuse me. Remind you have the right to remain silent and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be representing you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please talk with her before saying anything out loud. Do you understand?
Okay.
I reviewed the interim complaint pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. I note that Mrs. Welch doesn't have any other matters pending or holds. She was rated a 2 and a 2 on the NCNFTA scales and did report having ties to the community, though there wasn't a reference who could be reached to verify. And there was only one prior felony conviction from 2018. State's recommendation was for pretrial services release. Is there anything else to add from the state?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, sir. Spence, I'm inclined to agree. Do you have any additional comment?
No, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Welch, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to resolve this matter out of custody, okay?
Thank you.
So
Appreciate it.
yes, tomorrow morning, you're going to call pretrial services. You're going to
Okay.
make contact with them and you are going to follow whatever instructions they give you. Okay?
Okay.
If they tell you to do,
Against the sheriff officer that came the first time, that gave the squatter my house.
ma'am, we're not going to be discussing that. We're talking about the criminal charges that I just mentioned, okay?
Hey,
In that matter, tomorrow morning, you're going to call pretrial services and you're going to maintain contact with them throughout the pendency of this case. You're also
Okay.
going to call your attorneys
What's
at the
my-
public defender's office and maintain contact with them.
okay.
The first hearing I'm going to set for you is on August 18th.
Can I on a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday? Because I do 2 12-hour shifts on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Ma'am, I'm not, I can't set court hearings based on your convenience. These are set per the rules of criminal procedure. The hearing is going to be set on August 18th at 1:30. That date may shift depending on the interactions between your attorneys at the public defender's office and the county attorney's office. But for now, the hearing that you're going to have and that you will have to attend is on August 18th at 1:30. You understand?
Oh, yep. Thank you.
As condition of your release, again, I'm going to place you under the monitoring and supervision of pretrial services. I'm going to order that you will not have any contact with any alleged victim, to include going to wherever they work or live. Do you understand that?
Okay, I'm a RV park manager. And I have to go and hand out the rent statements to everybody. So, I tape them to the door. And, the squatter that's there, that they let have my house. No,
Your Honor, we was all.
they're getting evicted anyway, so.
Defense counsel, defense, are we good?
Yes, we're good.
Okay. All right, Ms. Welch, again, Please abide by these conditions. Contact pretrial services, stay in contact with them and your attorneys, and good luck. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. When does pretrial open?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jeremy Ryan Wilson, November 18th, 1997.
You are being seen here this evening on a few different matters. The first is a felony complaint alleging unlawful possession of a narcotic drug and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. This allegedly occurred earlier today. You also have a warrant in the Pima County Justice Court on charges of shoplifting and failing to appear from March and May of this year. And lastly, you have a case in the two cases in the Tucson City Court on charges of criminal trespass, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a prescription drug. To remind you, sir, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right to your left is going to represent you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with her before saying anything out loud. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, I reviewed the interim complaint pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. I don't note any other matters pending for Mr. Wilson that I haven't already discussed. For holds pending, he was a 6 out of 6 on the NCN-FTA scales and was deemed steps diversion eligible. I did see there were 2 prior felony convictions from 2016 and 2022. And there was not a reference who could verify housing or employment. State's recommendation was for pretrial services release and a steps court evaluation. Anything like that from the state?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Vince, I'm inclined to agree. Is your client interested in being screened for steps?
Yes, he'd appreciate an opportunity to participate in steps.
Okay. Did you have time?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Wilson, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. Give you an opportunity to resolve this matter without having to stay in jail, all right?
Yes, sir.
Right. I'm gonna set a hearing for you. Hang on. Not done just yet. As condition of your release, I'm gonna order that you will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you will attend a hearing to be screened for the Steps Court program on August 5th, so next week at 9 a.m. It's very important that you show up on time and ready to participate, because if you are successful in completing the Steps Court program, your case goes away. You won't have to consider further hearings, pleas, trials, none of that. It'll be dismissed, and all you'll have to do is participate in some drug treatment counseling. Does that sound good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so show up on time and do your best to complete that program.
When was that again?
August 5th at 9 a.m. So next week, 9 a.m. All right?
Okay.
I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 14th at 1:30. And on the first misdemeanor, I'm gonna set a hearing for August 25th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Steele at the Justice Court. And that's August 25th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Steele for an arraignment. And Mr. Wilson, I'm gonna order that in that case with the shoplifting charge, you not go back to wherever that incident occurred, all right?
Yes, sir.
And lastly, on your city court case, I'm going to set another hearing on August 31st at 2 p.m. in front of Judge Cranshaw at the city court. That'll be a pretrial hearing. As condition of release, I'm going to order that you will not again possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. So you have 3 different hearings at 3 different courts. Hopefully, I believe your attorney was taking pretty diligent notes, so you should have all those in writing, but please make sure and attend all of those on time. Do not miss any of them. If you're going to have trouble getting there, you need to contact the court or your attorneys to make sure they make arrangements so that you don't end up back in jail, all right?
Good.
All right, sir, that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused. Yes. I'm gonna ask parties to stay for just a second. Okay, but I don't need them. Yeah, but I don't need the attorneys, right? Yeah, I don't think I need them for that. I already said the conditions, so I'm not gonna revisit it with all the information in front of me, so I'm sorry. I'll excuse counsel, this is just having to do with maybe a miscommunication from jail staff and the court. So thank you both very much. Appreciate it.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, Judge.